What's the matter with you, huh? Subscribe already!
Oh look, here we are again with the second in a row video about Eric July, aka Young Ripper 59, and his new Rippaverse comic book line that just launched last Monday to be exact. Isom issue 1, which is the first addition to his universe, has already raised over $2.6 million. So he was just aiming for $1,000 for the campaign. He's already made 2,631% of his revenue goal. That is still insane to me. But unfortunately, we're not here to celebrate this video. Oh no, because we got some salt to mine. But before that, I do want to note that the characters you see in the background are all from my original comic books, namely The Spider Circle and Bond of the Blade, as well as a couple more projects that are still very, very early in development, so I'm not going to go into too much detail about that. But if you like anything you see in the background here, you can check out some free content right now, linked in the description. I have what's called a mini arc for Bond of the Blade, so basically that's a standalone, quick little story arc where you can meet the heretics who are the protagonists of the series, meet some of the villains, and get a good vibe as to their powers, personalities, team dynamic, and all that good shiz. And for the Spider Circle, there's a quick 4-page prologue. You can find both of those again for free on Tapas right now. Production of the actual solid issue 1s are set to start in the next month or so, so keep your eyes and ears peeled for that, as I will be talking about them a great deal going forward. The fire has been sufficiently lit under my black ass, thanks in no small part to Eric D. July himself. Not that I already wasn't hyped for my own shit, but you know, I'm one of those weird people, like weird black people specifically. When I see other creators and other black people out here doing greatness, making moves, making history, I don't get jealous. I don't get envious. I'm of the opinion that, and Eric himself has said this as well, there's enough of this pie to go around for everybody. Okay, there is not a fixed amount of dollars or things to make in any given creative or entertainment industry. And because the independent scene in particular is so on fire right now, you need to strike while the iron is hot, you know? So if you have ideas that you want to start working on or building up towards, you know, get out there and do it, man. Link up with some people that can help you develop your creative vision, whatever it is. Or maybe you'll be one of these absolute god tier mad lads or mad lasses, and you can just do everything your damn self, and all you really need is to pay for shipping and distribution and shit. That's even better. Go ahead, go at it, man. Point is, there is absolutely, positively, no reason to be upset that this man is out here doing the damn thing. Especially if you are a so-called pro-black creator who wants to build and support your own and support black people, and we need more black creators and we need more black characters, so why don't we all just support each other? You know, obviously assuming that you think it's actually a quality product that's being made. Why not congratulate people who make big moves? Maybe you can link up with them and y'all can make some greatness together, or at least just sit down and, you know, talk to each other on an artistic level and just appreciate each other's greatness. You know, that's what we would usually file under king shit. But because it's Eric July, who is accused of being everything from a conservative talking head to a literal self-hating black person, it instead gets filed under coon shit with these people. Even people as high up as the guy behind Black Sands Entertainment, which was on, I guess, the top of what's considered the black indie creator sphere. I know some about this guy. I mainly know him as the guy on TikTok and Instagram who's constantly shilling his work from the perspective of being a pro-black creator who has an all-black staff and an all-black cast in his book, and this is what Hollywood is afraid of. Like, that's how I know him, and that's why I haven't gravitated toward his work that much. It's not that I think the book is bad. The art is actually phenomenal in my opinion. I really like, you know, a lot of the character design and stuff, but when you lead with that so much for so many years, it's going to be a turnoff to a lot of people, you know, myself included. And you know what? I can't tell nobody how to run a business. I can't tell no one how to promote their stuff. Just because something don't appeal to me, don't mean it don't appeal to other people. I mean, he's making a killing out here financially with this stuff and has been for quite some time. He was famously featured on the Shark Tank show and was making deals with Kevin Hart and all this other stuff. So yeah, you know, he's doing things his way, and the people that appeal to that type of marketing strategy, he's doing the damn thing with, and they're, you know, funding him and everything. But he's also getting a lot of funding from, I guess, what you would call mainstream appropriate sources who are recognizing what he's doing, as well as, you know, having outside investors, something that Eric, or, you know, young Rippa, did not have at all. Every dollar that went into creation of Rippaverse came out of his pocket. And now he gets to rake in the dividends. He gets to rake in the profits as order after order after order comes in, and he's just out here just absolutely doing the damn thing. And I think that just pisses people off. I think it does, specifically when it comes to these black indie creators who are trying to just light his ass up so much. I think it's evidence to one of the points that Eric is always making, in that we are not beholden to the old way of doing things. There's nothing saying that as a black creator, you have to just have the most blackety black shit, and you have to promote it as the most blackety black shit, only for blackety black people. You know, I know that's the way Black Sans and a lot of other creators in this realm like to make it seem, but that is not the only way. And that's not to say that Eric doesn't have his own love and appreciation for black people. I mean, look at the cover. Just look at the cover, the standard cover of Isom issue 1. This cover itself is already dripping with so much blackness. I feel like I'm barely black enough to look at this damn thing. I need to go put on a dashiki, a fitted cap, some Air Force Ones. I need at least 3 Jesus pieces around my neck. I need a red cup full of red Kool-Aid, Cavassier, and Hennessy. Probably need a gold tooth too. Probably at least one gold tooth. I need that. But this is clearly created by someone who has not only a familiar relationship, but an appreciation for black culture. You can see it on the pages. You can see it in the character designs. This is not someone who is ashamed of how he looks, how his people look, or how his culture looks. Okay, this is who he is. Okay, even the fact that the main character is like a rancher dude. Like, I know because Eric's from Texas, that would probably be something that he would incorporate in there. So there you go. He's, you know, even you want to talk about diversity, you have a black rancher as the main character. Okay, how diverse is that? But that's not good enough. Him having, you know, beautiful black women in his stuff, that's not good enough. Him having all these obviously created with care and crafted with care black characters isn't enough. Him being an overnight millionaire success isn't enough, because creators who felt like the #1 black headband was theirs are butthurt because he's doing stuff in a way that they didn't do. He's better than them at their own game without even trying to play it. Because Eric's stuff is appealing to comic book fans, Comicsgate people, Fandom Menace people, people who are, you know, more liberal, people who are more on the left, all types of people, folks who have no desire to engage with the political side of this culture war shit at all. People who didn't even consider checking out comics for real are like, yo, I can't wait for this to drop. It looks so good. Meanwhile, you have folks like more on the Black Sans crowd, or like this other guy whose name I can't remember, but I'll put the tweet up on the screen here, who called Eric July, basically called him Uncle Tom. Thought he was so slick and so clever too, calling him Tomic. Yeah, so clever. You're hilarious, buddy. Can't wait to read that next issue, man. I can't wait for your next campaign to drop so you can make $1 million in just over 24 hours. But no, it's not enough that he has all this stuff and that he's a black creator. No, he's promoted, quote unquote, by the wrong people and has, quote unquote, the wrong company that he keeps. So, you know, and he did stuff in, quote unquote, the wrong way. So we have to tear him down. We have to call him a failure of a black person. We have to say that basically no one should give this man a platform, which is one of these people's favorite lines to say. And as a black creator myself, as someone who is crafting his own stories that also heavily incorporate black American people and culture, but I just don't lead with that as like, this is the reason why you should support me. No, you should support me if you like my work, or if you like me as a creator. You know, If you love seeing black people doing all types of dope and different shit, then that's also a great reason to check out my work, but that's not the reason to check out my work, and I would never want to lead with that only. So basically, when these folks who have already been established in some way, shape, or form in the indie industry, I guess you could call it, when they look down on people like Eric, people like me, people like all the other great black creators out here, indie creators who are doing their thing and leading with something other than support me because black. Now basically we're not allowed a seat at their precious little table. And stuff like this is why I prefer to not beg for seats at tables. You know, I don't think there's anything wrong with wanting a seat at a table, but when it is made clear that your presence is not wanted there, don't waste time trying to force yourself in. Do not waste no time trying to beg or force yourself onto someone else's table. Build your own table. Like, that's just one of my rules of life. I have never been the type of person that needs to be at another person's table. If someone don't want me at their table, I'll just go to my own table. And then the people I like and the people I mess with, the people I vibe with, they can come there. And then I'm not gonna have no weird ass rules. I give you my Denzel Washington guarantee. There will be no black checking. There will be no accusations of other people being coons just because they did things a different way than I did, or even if I had a disagreement with them, that doesn't, or if I don't agree with their politics, that doesn't automatically mean they're a failure of a black person or an incorrect black person. It doesn't mean any of that. There will be no coon, no Sambo, no house nigga, no none of that. There will not be me trying to destroy somebody else's success or me being pissy because somebody else made it, you know. And Eric July himself has said, yeah, okay, he's making history, he's making all these moves, but that don't necessarily mean he's gonna be on the top. Or if he does be on the top for a while, or if he is on the top for a while, he's not always gonna stay there, and that's okay, because that's not his goal. His goal is to affect change in a much grander way than that, and I agree with that. Like, I'll tell y'all straight up, like, if I make all this shit and I die and y'all straight up forget my name after a few years, but my characters and my stories and everything live on, like, that's a perfectly fine legacy for me. You know, I'm not out here to be the biggest or the best or the baddest, nothing. Okay, I'll Bruce Springsteen this shit so bad, I'll be walking around this bitch with $6 million in my bank account and dressed exactly like I do today when I ain't got nothing but $30 in my bank account. Okay, because it ain't about that. It ain't about being on the top of no hill. It ain't about having the #1 headband. I just want to make dope stories with these crazy ass characters who I love like they were real people, and introduce them, keep introducing people to them, and have the world know them, be entertained by them. Maybe some folks going through some hard times can read my shit and it helps them get through. You know, people have written me and said, oh, you inspiring me to write more of my stuff. I don't know, this kind of went on to more of a rambly rant than I thought it was going to be, but I just had to get this out of my system because this is just so stupid. This is so dumb. Like, I joke and I laugh, haha, everyone that does this is weird and everything, but like, the book ain't even out yet, and we're already at terminal stupidity when it comes to the reaction to this man, to the Rippaverse, okay? We are at dog drool levels of retardation with the way some people are carrying on out here. I've already rambled on way longer than I wanted to. If you are still here, you are the MVP of the day. Thank you for listening to me rant. Hopefully, after a while, all this shit can kind of just go away. That's my foolish hope. That a lot of this silly shit that's holding us back as a fandom culture, as nerd culture, and as black Americans. I would love so much that this shit would just go the way of the dodo. But I know that's not gonna happen because, you know, this shit's been going on for a minute. It's been going on for a hot minute, and it's been a part of every single industry that black folks have been prominent in. Because there's always gonna be them individuals who just have that crabs in the barrel mentality. It's the world we live in, and you know, while you keep on working towards making a better world, you gotta accept the world you're in, and that's just the world we're in. I will be back at some point to talk about some more craziness in this world, and until then, I'm Anime, and I'll talk to y'all later. Deuces.